Welcome to Yes Offense. Trigger warning, disclaimer, whatever you want to call it, this podcast will feature graphic language about sex, race, violence, and anything else that might make people uncomfortable. However, this is a comedy podcast, and everything and anything talked about on it should be viewed as an attempt at humor. Like, if you hear anything on this podcast you don't agree with or like, please just turn it off. No one on here is a politician or actually affecting the way you live. So if you genuinely have a problem with anything said on here, redirect your energy at a real issue going on in the real world. Now let's get into the show.
Yo, never mind. One of the niggas I saw last night at the show was just, we're on?
Yes, now.
Oh, I can't have that recorded.
Oh, okay. Damn it. We're on a flow.
Nah, but a few months ago, I met a nigga at a show, right?
Yeah.
And this dude, like a while back, and this dude, he was deaf, but I thought he was retarded. And his brother was looking at me like, no, he's not retarded. Talk to him like he's regular. And I'm just looking at him, and I'm just like, oh shit, like how do I pretend this nigga's not retarded?
But like you had to talk to him slower, right?
He can read lips.
It was after a show, so I was hyped, so I didn't feel like slowing it down for him. I'm not closed captions.
Okay.
I didn't have to give this nigga the CC.
Yeah, you didn't give him the dubs or sub option.
How much did he understand?
It seemed like it was a 10-second delay.
Okay.
Oh, he had to. Okay.
Yeah.
That's all right.
That's kind of impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 10-second delay.
Well, shout out to the deaf people if you're listening. I'm going to kill myself.
Wouldn't it be great if before a nigga you didn't like talk to, you made him like wait 10 seconds to talk to see if that thought was worth even saying it out loud?
Wait.
So let's say I didn't really fuck with you, right? And we lived in the same house and there was a rule. Before you say it, you have to think about it for 10 seconds to see if it's even worth me hearing. That's a huge power dynamic.
I would not live with that.
Yeah, dude.
I would stop talking to the nigga.
But
we have 3 conversations. Nigga, just asking to get some eggs. Like, yo, you trying to buy some eggs? That would take 30 seconds.
Yeah, just
if I had to ask that nigga 3 things in a row,
you got to buy some eggs while you're walking on eggshells.
I'd be mad as hell.
Well, guys, welcome to Yes Offense. I'm your host, Alex Tomaselli, and I'm here today with repeating guests and brothers, Moe and Mustafe Mussa.
I heard a nigga refer to you as Moo the other day. I didn't say anything, but
Moe and Moo.
That shit got you mad.
Nah, you sound like that Pokemon. You know, like Mio.
Yo.
Oh, so you're the evolved, you're the Charmeleon version. He's Charmander.
I like when
Nigga
motherfuckers just
Majin
be adding new like nicknames for me because I got 3 consonants, not consonants, it's syllables in my name. Like someone's like, "Can I call you Star?" I was like, "Nigga, there is so many choices. You're gonna go with Star." Star.
Yeah.
Star.
That's just the middle, yeah.
What a random ass choice.
Yeah.
He literally picked the worst on all the options.
He wanted to create his own nickname for you. That's
Nigga
what
trying
it
to be
is.
unique with your life.
Yeah, and he was white, so I was like, "Nigga, don't call it a pet name either."
Who was this? Who was this?
Just random honkies you meet on your travels.
Damn, stop.
Stop
It, stop. That's what your girl gonna be saying when you fucking her. Stop.
Why she gotta tell me to stop?
You're like, no, it's my name, I swear. Why? The cops show up, like, sir, we have a word of a woman being assaulted here. Sexually.
Yo.
This nigga Star said, I weigh 300 pounds for me to take it easy on you.
Where's the... Damn! Yes! What? Yes! That's what I'm saying. The, you guys have a third brother that's never been photographed, apparently.
You got like 12 niggas.
Yeah.
Niggas just random like dark niggas that's trying to claim they're part of the tree. The unit. Yeah, I'm one of them niggas. You know the comedian niggas? Yo, I'm funny too, nigga.
We like the Wu-Tang of this shit.
We just got Killer B affiliates we don't even know.
Some guy's
We
gonna
just
chop
like
his...
risen. There's just some random like old nerdy dead.
Yeah, he was chopping his dick off somewhere, like, I'm in the clans. You guys remember that story?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
There's a guy who was like loosely like a Wu-Tang, like third generation removed or whatever. And he got wild one night, and I'm pretty sure he was high on something, but he
Definitely
took
PCP.
a blade to his wang And
Yo, you know how many niggas in the 90s from Brooklyn, Queens, that were around their age pretended they were part of the Wu-Tang
definitely.
and got pussy off of it.
yeah, dude. I was
And
gonna
the
say,
best part is they're from Staten Island.
Like Yonkers before Tyler
you're
rapped about
trash,
it.
dude. No, Method Man talked about that at one point. He was like, "Yeah, man." He's like, he was like, and mad chicks. And I'm not trying to say it, but some chicks are really dumb, man, and they fell for that shit. And I was like, "Yo, Method Man rules, dude."
Yo, Method Man's telling the story now. He's like, yeah, man, I met a lot of niggas who's like, yo, I love your music. And I love you because I got some pussy because of you. And now Method Man's like woke in 2021. It's like, yo, that's rape.
Yeah,
Yo, that's what it was like for ASAP, like around 2012. If you went to New York, there's 400 niggas
Yes.
in ASAP Mob.
Yes.
yeah. It's like a guy who took a selfie with them one time. It's like, I take photos.
Yo, I
It really is.
remember this chick from Hall, another school. She got a train ran on her by ASAP, the mob.
Hell yeah.
But it wasn't the ASAP mob. It was just a bunch of niggas who pretended.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Again,
It's
sorry.
like there was an ASAP BMX division.
Yo, she thought she was getting a train ran on her, but she went on the wrong bus.
Oh yeah, she got on the wrong line. I hate my life right now.
I was like, yo,
Like making
she
it more
looked kind of
accurate.
good. Like, why did she have to ask me? I'm not friends with her to go to her prom. I'm like, why did she ask me? Oh, she got her train ran on.
she was
no
like,
nigga wanted to take pictures with her.
Yo,
He
that's
thought
I
you
was
didn't
standing
know.
next to her like,
Is this in your old town?
yes.
So you were like, you guys were you guys like, how many black kids were in your school?
a decent amount.
Oh,
to be
yeah.
honest.
10%? 5%?
okay,
5%?
Nah,
Okay,
I'd say a
'cause-
solid 12.
Oh, okay.
12? No way.
My school had like
yeah,
two.
because
so.
you're thinking of,
No. The salt, no.
In high
Black
schools.
pepper, just you notice it more when there's salt. So you just know a lot of niggas you like.
Nah, I feel like there was a decent amount of niggas, man.
There was not.
Hole had way less niggas.
It's probably
That's why
very
they-
comparable
This is
amount.
West
They
Hartford,
treated
guys.
them good over
We
here.
can count all the. You just saying this because all the guys who are black you're friends with. So it seems like it's a lot.
You sound jealous that he's friends with.
No,
Like, you're friends with all of them.
It's not that much. I'd say 6 to 7.
'Cause there were only
If we're
two
gonna
in
include
my school.
Hispanics, then it's
Three,
12.
sorry.
Combined 12.
Percent.
And if we're doing minorities, we could do 23. Tops.
Okay.
All minorities.
I think all
23.
minorities gets to 30.
Our whole minority was 3%.
No. I'd say because you're including minorities. A lot of these guys are white, like looking, like white.
Like a Hispanic guy, and you're like, oh, you're Hispanic.
Like your friend Nago, Portuguese.
Okay. Yeah, but that's
you
white.
thought he was
But if
Italian,
he wears a
but
chain,
he's
you think he's a nigga.
That's true. Or like a Chilean fascist.
Yeah,
always oddly political.
Bad,
dude,
that's
always.
a random, but that should make sense.
Yeah, I know, I
You
got
think
it.
He's just rob rich guys.
Like there's motherfuckers that came from countries. That's the thing. Everybody thinks motherfuckers will come from third world countries or something, and their parents left because it was bad for them. It's like,
They were bad.
no, it was like they are fleeing war crimes.
You're right.
Yes.
That's why. Yes.
They're
And
the rich guys from their country. They
We're like,
came
let's get the
here
fuck
and
outta here.
had to move down in station.
Oh.
They're like, why are we next to? I didn't like back where we live. Black people didn't live in our neighborhood. Why are we here? America is ghetto. Yo, I got the funniest story about that actually. There was a dude, our cousin.
Yeah.
He's from Minnesota. There's a large Somalian
What? He's
contingency.
from Minnesota?
No. Okay. He's Somalian, but he's from Minnesota. There's a big Somali community there.
Right.
He came to Connecticut, so he heard Connecticut. Everyone in the world hears Connecticut. He thought his station in life was increasing.
Right. And what do you
He
go to Bridgeport?
moved to New Britain.
Oh, there it is. Yep.
I remember that.
So he
Yeah.
was like, yo, I never got mugged in my life before until I moved to Connecticut.
Dude, people do have that image of Connecticut from the outside, like, oh, what are you guys, like country club, whatever, those people. But then you go to like, there's like 10 cities out here where it's pretty
it's like
hard.
the biggest income disparity. The poorest
Yeah.
niggas. Like the difference between Fairfield and Bridgeport, the downtown doesn't even end. It's just, all right, let's get this red line going and keep them niggas over there.
Yeah.
Keep that red light going. Wait, so explain that one more time. Fairfield and Bridgeport?
Fairfield and Bridgeport is basically the same city. It's all like their downtown doesn't really stop. But it's just,
they just
let's
melt
keep them niggas over there.
Yeah.
But then you get to Fairfield, and then you get to Westport.
This is where Fairfield starts. They take the average distance a homeless man could walk, and they were like, okay, niggas cannot walk this far into our town. That's where Fairfield starts, when niggas' legs get tired.
But, the best part about Fairfield is they segregated themselves again because there's Westport. Right next to Fairfield, that's even richer.
Yes.
It's by the beach.
I think so.
You gotta
It's
Google image
port.
black people.
What?
No, they're the servers at the bar taco over there.
There's a bar taco over there.
Yeah.
A lot of heavy Connecticut references today, guys. If you're listening.
fuck it.
Yeah.
They understand high luxury restaurants.
It's crazy
Bar
when you
taco
see a white
tacos.
kid working at a gas station.
Yeah, he's like the lowest of the low in the town.
Nah, you know what I think it is? Like the dad.
His dad's in jail.
The dad's punishing him. They drove by one day. He's like, that place? I own it. You're going to work there because you're grounded.
It's sad. You ever know, like, a lot of kids growing up, they actually took jobs in high school? Like, they worked at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Imagine your growing up memories is just getting yelled at for forgetting fries. Like, you're not imagining going to France or these nice trips that all these other kids in your town are going to. It's just like, where the fuck is my barbecue sauce?
Yeah, dude. Getting a soda thrown at you by some angry teenager.
Getting yelled at for flurries with, the Frosties.
Just imagine being at the McDonald's where all the kids go to drunk after a great
my
house
God.
party.
Yeah.
And you're just working
The
there.
worst.
You're sad because you didn't get invited and you couldn't go either way. It's like, I'm a loser squared. Like, I couldn't go and I'm not invited. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't go.
That's the worst, when you don't get invited and you can't go.
And you got to call them sir after. It's like, hey, sir, you want some fries? Or
Yeah.
they're like, what? That Teddy, we know you.
Sir, please
Not
stop
like that.
vaping in here and fingering your girlfriend.
One of the saddest things in my life is I thought this kid Alex in kindergarten was like my best friend.
Yeah.
And then my dad took me to McDonald's. This nigga was having a birthday party, and I just happened to be at the McDonald's. Oh my God. I thought he was my best friend.
Yo, so
we
it's like
just
you
went to the
heard that shit. He's like, yo, this nigga really heard you were at the McDonald's and just showed up. You can't even eat that shit at that point.
What the fuck? I was like, God damn.
He was like, "Oh, there's Mo. Hide in the ball pit. Hide in the ball pit."
Yeah. And then you don't know social cues when you're a kid.
Yeah.
So I just joined the party. But
What are you doing here? I just showed up. And they're like,
What type of shady shit is that? That nigga turned out to be a regular kid, so it's like, oh,
He wasn't even that
he
popular.
wasn't
was
even
going
on the
drug
party. I was at the
right.
parties, he wasn't. So it was like, nigga, you should have tried to be in with me early.
Man.
Dude, I don't know about you guys. I would just hear about parties in high school and just go to them. Like, I wasn't like,
Wait, that's the move, though.
Yeah, dude, it was, dude. I wasn't not cool. I just wasn't invited officially. And I would show up and be like, "What's up, guys?" And they'd be like, "Yeah, come in, man. Come in. Just let me in, dude."
Yo.
I only got turned down like twice. And then I'd like start walking away and someone would come out and be like, "Nah, man, you can come in." Because it was like a chick who was
got
like,
popping
"Fuck
enough.
you."
Yeah.
And it would be like a chick answer the door and be like, "Fuck you, Sel. You call me fat." And I'd slam the door. And I'd sit there and be like, she's right. And I'd walk away and like some dude would come out and be like, "Nah, man, I talked to her. You can come in." And I'd be like, "Woo."
That's why niggas like me hold grudges. I remember way back in the day, 9th grade, I go into a party and this chick, her name is Allie, and she's like, "Who invited Mo?" And then this nice
had that
girl
happen
was
too.
like, "Oh, I invited him." She didn't. But,
Yeah.
okay, so I remember 5 years back, she's now dating some nigga.
Yeah.
I'm at a random party, and they're like, "Yo, they're fighting." This dude, like, hit her.
Hell yeah.
I was like-
I'm just kidding.
All right, let's go. We just left, nigga. Goofy bitch. I remember that shit from 10 years ago.
That's right. It's revenge right there.
That's what you get. Go deal with your problems.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
what you get.
Yo, there was like a tragic middle class in high school. I felt like the niggas would sit at whatever lunch table was cool and shit, right? But not get invited to none of the parties. Then there was niggas that were slightly lamer that would show up. So it's like them other niggas in the middle class just would never show up to parties because they ain't get invited. And they felt like they had to follow a social cue.
my
But
mic
then
still
other
on?
niggas would get to show up.
Speak.
Is my mic on?
Yes, yes, definitely.
Nah, the middle class doesn't exist in the party scene and in America's economy. It's non-existent.
Yeah,
it's
dude.
a fake. It's fugazi. You got that. You think you got that gold chain on? You got green on your neck.
Dude, I used to think we were middle class, and no.
You're just functioning poor?
The more math I did. Not like obviously poor, but like people would be like, you ever been like, yeah, Jif muffins are really good, and someone's like, those are poor people muffins. Like shit like that. Like
white plus other equals, white plus weird equal, white plus poor equals other.
Yo.
Is my mic really on? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Okay. I moved from like a pretty diverse town to an all white town, and that's when I figured out we didn't have a lot of money, because I'd go to the other kids' houses and be like, oh, this is where the money. Like I thought when I went to other people's houses, like we were just all like, oh, we're all middle class. It's like, oh no, we were all poor. This is where the rich people live.
It's weird when you go to an illegal Mexican's house and it's better than yours.
I remember this nigga said to me, no, actually it wasn't a nigga, it was a white person. Okay. It makes the story make more sense at that point. Lived in my neighborhood. And then I just go, yeah, I think I'm middle class. No, I said, yeah, we're middle class or something. He's like, wait, you think you're middle class? I'm middle class.
Damn.
You had to break it to him?
What you mean?
You had to break it to him?
What do you mean I had to break what to him?
Like we live in the same neighborhood, so
no, I didn't think about that till later on.
Or he was saying you're lower class.
I'm not going to ask again. Can you really hear me?
Yes,
I can't hear
yes.
Me. Okay.
Oh, maybe it's the headphones. Way to bring this up during the thing.
My bad.
No, because that nigga did have nicer shit than us,
cool.
but it's like, nigga, we got Xbox, PlayStation.
What are you trying to say? We're poor?
No. That nigga was rich.
And he thought he was middle class?
Middle class doesn't exist. It's just everybody either rich or poor.
No, this was a bit. Nigga, don't ever call yourself poor on a fucking month.
Nigga, we not poor.
Yeah, I know we're not. Don't fucking put that
we
in
was
there.
cruising.
Yeah, I'm not saying like poor. Just like I'd say like we were definitely lower class than I thought. Like I used to think highly, and then the more when I got older, I'd be like, oh, this is just compensating for
No, I think that nigga's dad was an engineer and mom a doctor. So that's like.
No, he was upper middle class.
Oh, that's definitely upper middle class.
He's upper middle class. That's very West Hartfordy.
That's super nice.
My bad. I got lost in the headphone. I was like confused.
Anyway, that subject's really fun to talk about. Where else am I gonna go with that one? I don't know where. Hold on. All right. So when all else fails, go to the articles. This one, I figured just the title is hilarious because the title got me. It's 3 children attacked a black woman. A sheriff deputy arrived and beat her more.
What the fuck? Damn, I should be laughing that hard off that.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, that's like an Onion article?
No, yes. It's sadly, this is not the Onion article.
Oh, wait. The sheriff came in and was like, oh.
So, dude, let me just read you the thing down here.
The sheriff was like, hold on, kids. This is how you beat a bitch.
It's wild.
And he gave them instructionals.
Yo, he made those niggas like the police explorers on the spot.
He said, yo, kids, let me teach you something. Dude. First, if you're on fire, stop, drop, and roll. And if you see a knocked out black bitch, hit her some more.
Dude, she's walking home, and these 3 kids come down and start just like literally just fucking with her, and it's like a 4'8" and 100 pounds, her left eye missing from a car accident years earlier. Arnold, the woman, was regular made an easy target for neighborhood bullies, her family said.
Well, her name is Arnold.
What?
Her name is Arnold.
Her last name's Arnold.
Oh, okay.
Yo, being a target for neighborhood bullies as a fully grown adult.
Right? What is this woman like in real life? Like,
yo,
there's no way she
are scared to go outside, but they're willing to bully her.
Yeah,
I'm blaming
her family. Hold on, her family said has made her a target for neighborhood bullies. How do you, as an adult, how do you cross the streams of neighborhood bullies at that point?
And they're kids too, so that means these kids are like. She's like a target generational because it's like neighborhood bullies. You know what I mean? Like,
all the kids grow up and they all like
that
so
one-eyed
like
bitch.
He's got like a little brother and he's 10 years older. He's like, man, did you beat up? It's like they're called it's like to become a man.
Like,
you got to
if you don't beat her up, she'll put a curse on you. That's why she's got one eye.
It's like equivalent to that town of dropping your balls. Like, did you beat her up yet? It's okay.
That's like the most legendary neighborhood bully. It's the nigga that took her eye 15 years ago.
It's a car accident, dude, but yeah.
Yeah, he ran her over.
I'm escalating this.
Yeah. They call her One Eye Arnold.
Yo, there gotta be a name worse than bullies at that point.
Right? That's what I'm saying. Neighbor.
This is what you call assailants.
Yes. I was about to say assault. Yeah, it was assailants.
Like, I want to say like neighborhood hooligans, but that just sounds silly.
Just boys being boys.
The cop was like, "Oh man!"
The cop was like, "Oh my god!" Yeah.
Yo, so this is the thing.
He was like, "Wait, kids, I remember beating her ass. This is how I did it."
This is how crazy this gets, though. Her 71-year-old stepfather comes out and like is like, "Hey, kids, get away." She then, disheveled and covered in dirt, starts going home. That's what it says.
She was a corpse.
Starts going home, and the deputy rolls up beside her and is like, "Miss, I need to like talk to you." And she's like, "I'm going home. I just got assaulted by children." She says, "I just got beat up by two children. What are y'all doing?" He gets out, and because she wouldn't stop, just slams her on the fucking ground. But like repeatedly, stop. He's laughing too hard.
Because he hit her with a triple suplex.
Dude.
Yo, he hit her with the angle slam, like just 3 in a row.
Yo, hold on. What did...
Come here, bitch. I need you to stop.
Dude, so this is the other quote that's just hilarious. So in an interview with an internal affairs investigation... hold on. Who the fuck's Gray? I gotta go up and read shit. Hold on.
Yo, the cops were literally just
Sorry,
like, hold on.
Go on.
Hold up, dog. What did you do again?
She told me she got beat up.
So I slammed her on the ground. Dude, and then
I thought, what type of crimes was she involved in that got her beat up?
Kids don't beat up anybody anymore. She must have did something.
Yo.
Okay, so he grabbed her arm and I think this is the internal investigators. They said, wait. I was walking up to him and he told me, if you come any closer, I'm going to kick everybody's ass out here. So I said, you don't use that type of force on a little woman right there. She's a midget.
Yo.
I don't know what that had. I can't. I wish I knew who Gray was.
She's a one-eyed midget. She's a black Tyrion.
Yeah, it was also on video, and I don't. Is there a video? Could we have a video?
I like how they saved that as the twist.
Yeah,
they called her a midget as well.
At the end of the article, they try to make you feel better about it. They're like, "Don't worry, she's a midget."
Yeah.
God. No, they were saying like because he throttled her so hard, and they used the term midget when explaining this one. She looks like she has one eye. She doesn't look that bad for a woman with one eye. She's got a Taco Bell shirt.
She's a regular kind of looking woman.
Yeah. So they just
I pictured
neighborhood
like
bullies. She must be walking around saying crazy shit or something for them to bully her.
Yo, you really want to put this on her? But I mean, come on.
No, not me.
You're kind of right.
I'm just saying for neighbor. I listen. I grew up not in the. It wasn't the hood, but we definitely were like hooligans. But we didn't bully elderly people. Like we didn't go up to them or like circle them their bikes and we're like, "Where are you going, Mr. fucking Magoo?" and just fucking threw shit at.
Yo, when there's no crimes in a like kind of poor white neighborhood, it just gets overtaken by heroin.
Hell yeah, it does, dude.
Y'all don't like kill people; you just kill yourselves.
We do, dude. We're deep. We don't know what to hate anymore, so we hate ourselves.
Yeah, there's no more conquest because there's no one else to like rape and pillage in other countries. Everything's kind of taken over. So you got to take it inward, you know? There's no manifest destiny. Except space.
Space gonna bring white people back.
We're gonna build stuff up. Yeah, well, that's what they'll build stuff up there and only white people want to go to space if you check it out.
You know what's the greatest thing about humans? There could be like billions of other species, right? But we would go to the one there's actual people and just kill everyone there instead of like finding our own shit and like making it. We'd just be like, oh, let's go over there.
We would get there and have problems immediately.
Because the worst part is he'd be like, yo, we got to go there because we want to become friends with them. They'd be like, these niggas is a threat.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Everywhere humans have gone, we just fucking kill everybody there. And it's like a...
Yo, the craziest thing is I don't
Especially
get
when they don't look like us. Yeah.
I don't get how they talk
do
about...
look like us. We just enslave them. Like, they enslave them, too. They're like, you kind of look like me. I trust you in my house. I'll let you live, but I'll make sure you take care of my daughter's
You get no pay. Yeah.
Yo, it's crazy how they say all those, like, they talk about those past human races. They'll be like, yeah, Neanderthals are just gone. I'm like, nigga, what? They're like, they'll always find new human races, and then it's just like, oh, we're the only human race that got left.
Yeah.
Like there was like other humans. I feel like that was just the races of back then. What was the difference between them niggas? Like, they were just other humans.
I feel like they're Eskimos, like the Neanderthal people.
Nah, they're the whites. Whites have a sliver of Neanderthal DNA. And if any other race had some Neanderthal DNA, we would not be hearing the end of it. But you'll catch racists on 4chan. Just like, yeah, whites got that Neanderthal DNA. That's why we're superior.
Oh, so they use it as a superior thing?
Always can. You could flip whatever narrative.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. It always ends up getting to some phrenology.
I got nothing for that one. You always go deep on race science. And
You just went deep. I was like, why the fuck are you just going hard on the whites right now? I was like, Jesus Christ. Take it easy, nigga.
Did you see any of the DC news? All
DC?
the comic book shit they've been talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Superman?
Oh, well, yeah.
You were going hard on that.
His Superboy is gay. Okay.
Superboy?
Superboy is gay.
What's that?
He's just gay. Superboy is Superman's son. He's gay.
So Superman's bi and his son's gay. So they're saying it passes on?
No, Superman's not gay. Superman's never been gay. He never will be gay.
Oh, you're like an old school.
No,
it's just a shitty.
trying to
I'm a
test.
real nerd.
Let's see. So this is my take. This is my opinion. If Superman is bi, that means Omni-Man is bi. And that means if Superman's fucking, that means Omni-Man's raping.
Yo, we're getting back to... We talked about this on the last podcast.
Omni-Man is coming for everyone's ass.
Omni-Man he could if he wanted to, and it would probably really bloody
He
him.
could rape the entire human race in 10 seconds.
He just runs around the
did
world.
that thing where he went everywhere in like 5 seconds? Everyone just gets raped.
They're all just get...
He's like, yeah, you don't like gay people? I'm going to rape you. And then everyone kind of becomes gay. You know how that happens?
Yeah.
You get raped and now you're kind of a fag? You know like how that is? Like every like pedophile was formerly raped.
It's like it's real life vampirism.
You just kind of get it. It's like your dick kind of, it's like a syringe.
Jesus,
that syringe is gay in you.
I don't know if that's how it works, but...
Well, I mean...
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Yeah.
I told yo, that's such a funny. Oh my god,
Was that understood?
Yes.
Yo, so some dude was like, "Nah, I just fuck guys."
Yeah,
That's
exactly what
that
happened.
is the scene.
Yo, you've never seen that?
Oh my god, show it.
I got it. Hold
Don't
on.
show it. Come on, I understand. I've already got.
All right,
He
we'll
got
tell
it.
it. Yeah, it's exactly what it's from SVU.
I told when I saw the news, I saw Ray Robinson posted about it, and I was like, yo, I was gonna say like, if your kid's reading comic books, he's already gay.
Hey.
Nah, that's not true at all. Yo,
Me and Mo are like, oh,
No,
there's
me
nothing
too. I'm
gay
like,
about
yeah.
it, man.
I think I also said, nah, I'm just playing it. I like manga.
Yeah, dude.
nah. My whole thing was like they trying to make Superman into like sexual. You know what I mean? Like, but like he's not human,
Right. He's
which
an
means
alien.
it's bestiality.
do
Like,
whatever he wants.
This is disgusting. He's fucking lower species than him. Like, what's the
Yeah.
difference between him fucking us and a cow to him?
Or I was going to say us fucking a
We're
monkey.
inferior species to him.
Us fucking a monkey. Yeah.
I don't think
really
Superman's
smart, like
supposed to be
Coco
a
the
Nazi,
monkey.
though.
I mean, Omni-Man put me on Superman's game. You know what's crazy when you do a show like that? Like
Yeah.
you could like there could be a future Hitler and they could just show like
Yeah,
Omni-Man as like their propaganda
Yeah.
to get it popping. Because that's what I would do if I was a Hitler type of nigga. I'd be like, look, we're better than them. Stop feeling anything to them.
We are the Omni-Man. That's what they did with fuck it. That's gonna go in the rabbit hole.
Yo,
That's what they did in
when you watch
Scandinavia.
Omni-Man, you're like, yo, he's kind of got a point. Like he's got a point.
Well, yeah, dude. I mean, if you,
Mark,
it's like
stop being
Magneto
an
does
nigga.
too.
Y'all ever
Magneto
heard of
does too,
Nietzsche?
where it's like, yo, we're evolving. Why are we getting put in cages by them? Like, fuck that. You know what I mean? Like, we should be putting like they're below us. And a lot of people agree with Magneto when it comes down to it. You're like,
yeah.
fuck Xavier, dude, this crippled, bald pussy.
It's like,
fucking
nigga, I
loser.
can make ice.
Yeah.
Why do I feel bad?
Yeah, dude.
Xavier's really just a woke scold. in the highest form.
Just a bitch ass motherfucker. He's a crybaby, dude.
Yeah, he cuckolded his entire race
Yeah.
to the confines of some academy.
Yeah. No, Magneto though does take it a little too far at times, but you know
He's an extremist.
He was also, you know, he kind of
Was he a Jew?
Yeah, in the Holocaust, so he survived it. So you know, that might that I could see that.
And then you're like, this is going to happen again to us mutant people.
Yeah, it won't happen. Yeah, it's a good backstory when you think about it.
Yeah, it is.
What kind of powers did Hitler have?
Great, what's it called? Influence.
Yo, somebody told me, I learned the other day, or somebody I think said that Hitler didn't even found the Nazi Party. He just joined that shit.
He joined in and took over.
That's what I heard.
Did the Conor McGregor? I'm not here to take part. I'm here to take over.
He rebranded it. He came in and was like, "All right, guys, take the swastika and turn it this way."
It was just some niggas who liked Buddhism.
Yo, he was like, yo, we love the Jews, and he came in. He was like, look, we could be a more powerful organization if we twist it a little bit.
Yo,
he's like this whole loving Jew thing. It's gotta go.
It's got it. We're not going to be powerful as a movement as if we love. Hate is more powerful than love.
Y'all ever heard of Nietzsche?
Yes.
What do you think? We're fucking retarded?
All right, so
Jesus
Christ,
Christ.
he created like
the funniest thing about that is, you ever heard of Nietzsche? He pronounced it wrong.
Yeah, I know. It's like,
trying to ask us if we didn't know.
Yeah, but no. What happened with that nigga is they just took out his sister was a Nazi. So she took his books and just took out like 6 chapters in very important spots. They're like, this is the greatest propaganda ever.
Oh, wow. That's
it was like the whole
to live is to
Ubermensch
suffer.
thing.
To survive, it's fine.
You know his life was miserable?
Oh, yeah. He ended up going crazy, real schizophrenic.
Yeah, super
Don't they?
genius guy.
All philosophers are fucking nuts or pedophiles.
Just the worst, loneliest life in solitude.
Yeah,
I can't have your feet that close to me. Get the fuck out of here. You're throwing me off. This nigga has his feet by my coffee. Like, what the hell is wrong with him?
Yeah, it was like much lower. It wasn't even parallel.
The air.
It was at the height of that midget bitch that got beat up. And you almost got beat up for
4'8".
Yeah.
You see a 4'8", one-eyed bitch walking around the streets talking shit. You're
The
gonna
way
bully
they
her.
described her, I literally pictured a Tyrion Lannister as a black woman. And it was kind of a normal-looking woman.
I have coin. If you would please respect my boundaries.
It looked like some
Whatever,
comic's
I forgot what he
girlfriend
says.
that we know.
Yeah, I like
Some
how she
nigga in
covered.
Massachusetts.
I like how she covered her.
Yeah,
like she
that was a good
covered the
photo.
eye with a bango.
Yeah.
Very mysterious. Like
She's like, I'm not blind, I'm emo. And that's why she got bullied. Look at this weird hot topic, nigga.
Right? Yeah.
Wearing a studded belt. Let's hit her with a belt.
AFI fucking sucks.
yo, it is crazy. Yo, what's fucked up about that shit is she's wearing a Taco Bell shirt. Why them niggas get free branding off her misery?
Yeah, right. Capitalism is out of control.
I literally thought about getting some Taco Bell right after.
You got a thirst, like you felt guilt,
Yeah.
and when you feel bad, you have an emotional response, like you're a guilty eater. So you got Taco Bell. It's just crazy that you can't get bullied after 40.
After you're done
40.
bullying, go get a 4-cheese burrito here at Taco Bell.
Like, you know that clip story where he talks about the niggas like, I'm 46 and he's like, old
Not
enough?
old enough. Yeah.
You're getting, I'm killing you.
By the way, shout out to Cliff Mulla, who always conveniently says, like, I didn't take place in any of these assaults.
I was just watching.
He's so
it.
smart with it. He's like, me and my boys, they used to fuck people up. I was never a part of it. I just watch and
the
laugh.
story
And it's
turns
like,
into the boys fast. He leaves the me and the boys out of it.
oh, man, dude.
He's like, I'm a street
no names
narrator
and
like
says,
Nas.
like, I just witnessed it and didn't do anything, but I didn't partake.
It's like 47-year-old man was hazed today when he got a paddle stuck up his ass. It's like that's a grown ass man who was raped.
Oh, this episode's
He said, I'm not in
wild.
the streets. I narrate it like Nas.
Are you talking about Cliff, nigga? Cliff's the
Shout out
porch
to Cliff
nigga
Mulla.
of comics.
Jesus Christ.
It's that nigga, man.
I love him. Shout out to Cliff Mulla, dude. Most popular. That's on the podcast. And pro-Nazi. Shout out to Cliff Mulla.
Oh, wow.
I've been doing that to people who I talk about on the podcast who we know. I give a fake fact about them.
Oh,
And
That ain't even a fake fact because we all knew what bit you were talking about when he said it.
crazy.
I just let it rock. Bring up someone else. I'll say something else they do.
Nah, what were we talking about before the podcast? You were telling a story about someone from Somalia.
Oh, no, that our grandfather is from the 1800s.
Yeah,
It's like how motherfuckers got great grandmas when our grandfather was born in 1887.
Your dad's really
roughly.
old. They don't got like Social Security over there, so he don't know his age.
That's right. You told me that he really doesn't know.
We just know he's been old for like this whole century.
Like he guesses. He guesses based on his mom saying what season it was.
Yeah, I always remember him looking like he could die. I always growing up, I was worried about him dying.
Yeah.
So I was always like emotionally distant.
You saw this,
So I was that he died, but he never did.
You see him like,
but we never became close because I thought that nigga would die.
you see him asleep on the couch and just prepare yourself every
last
time
one.
you go to shake him, be like, Dad, and you're like, oh, he's alive.
I remember one time he was praying. I took a marker, and they can't move when they're praying, so I just started drawing on him. But I did it to see if he could still run. He couldn't. So.
You just hobbled after. Dude, one time, hard to believe, but I was being really loud at one of my friend's houses, and his grandfather came outside, and he like started coming at me, but he was old, so he's like, I'm across like a driveway, and he just starts like pounding like his just hard walking at me, but like moving his arms at the same time, and I'm like, hey man, what are you doing? And he's just like, coming over there, I'm gonna kick your ass. And I'm like, all right, I don't think it's gonna go down that way. He's like, oh, I'm coming and I'm gonna get you. And I literally just walked around a car and avoided him.
Delay.
Dude, and he came, like, my friends come inside, I'm like, Grandpa, what are you doing? He's like, this kid is an idiot. He's yelling in the front lawn about nothing. And I'm sick of hearing it. And I'm going to kick his ass. And I'm like, dude, I'm just going to keep walking away from you. I don't know what you
It's crazy how you met him once and you like developed his personality. You just became him somehow. Yo, that sounds like you.
So funny.
Yo, this
It
dude,
will be me when I'm older, yeah, definitely.
Yo,
this dude had a homie named Evan that pulled up every single day, right? And then he just did some shit where one day, this was like, I think after like a year or two of him hanging out, and then he's just like, we're like, yo, nigga, steal that candy from under our grandma's bed. And then that nigga went to our grandma's room, stole the candy under her bed, and she started chasing that nigga as if he was one of us. That nigga got slapped up.
Dude, that's hilarious.
She thought it was America. She lives in Somalia.
Oh, dude, yeah.
That room is Somali, and she hasn't stepped outside of it since she came over.
So he went in while she was in there?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't remember. I've never seen her out of the room in my life. I've only seen her in that room. Yo, the funniest story about her, she's old. Like, she should have died like 20 years ago. Like, she should have died before my dad died. He's not dead yet, but he should have died too. You know what I mean?
Christ, yeah, dude.
But I just remember.
You guys have the family from the...
9 years old.
Do you guys have Uncle Ruckus's family from the Boondocks?
It's crazy how my dad is closer to her age than my mom.
Wow.
It's crazy. So they should have had, like, I always tell them they should have had a daughter, because my dad, when he dies, my mom's gonna be by herself, and it's like, nah, we're not gonna hang out with her. We're not Tony Soprano.
What do we hold in common?
We're not Tony. We're not gonna hang out with Livia. Yo, but
these blacks.
There we go. Yeah, I had to shut up.
But but I just remember because she speaks Somalian only, and it's not like my mom knows like the nuance of mental health illnesses.
Yeah.
So I think she has schizophrenia. I don't know. I barely talked to her. He
100%. No. Wait. Now I don't think schizophrenia. But
no. But I just remember one day she is missing. I've never seen her move in my life, and she's missing. And a cop calls us, and she's at Hall High School, King Philip.
Yeah.
That's 10 miles away. How the fuck did she get there?
She just
The funniest thing,
she
my
thought
mom.
one of those kids broke in, stole her candy.
Yo, my
ran all
mom
the way to high
thought-
school.
My mom was scared. She was like, someone's going to kidnap her. Who's going to kidnap her?
That's high maintenance.
Who's going to kidnap
An
her?
old lady, her
This how-
organs are shot. They don't have,
This is how dumb of a little
What do
nigga
they
I was.
call the people who fuck corpses? The one
Necrophiliacs.
necromancer in the world somehow
Necrophiliac's a
caused.
necromancer. It's a magician.
This is how dumb of a little nigga I was growing up. I would forget to get my parents to sign something, right? So then I would go up to my grandma. I'd be like, "Can you sign this?" My grandma is illiterate and she doesn't know English. So she would try to sign whatever. She would do it, but it looked crazy.
It's
so
like
I
the-
could have just forged signatures
It's like the
instead.
hand version or the.
No, it's like It's like when you try to write with your. It's like
see
when
what
you
it
try to
looks
write
like
with your
somehow.
left hand for the first time.
Grandma, how did you draw Braille?
Yeah, right.
Yo,
She
I
somehow.
don't want to make. I have jokes.
She
but they're
somehow
too
drew
funny.
the connected dots.
yeah. My grandma faked her death recently.
You
It
talked
was
about this on the
insane. I talked about this before.
Big
She
show,
faked her death.
on one of the older podcasts. I
Oh
think.
shit!
Would she
man.
hide
about
in the
it again.
closet and play hide and go seek?
No. So she thought our aunt. So we kept accusing our aunt of stealing from her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my grandma, I don't speak that good of Somali, so she's just being so mean to my aunt. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, what's? And then my aunt's just like, yeah, she does this sometimes. And then
Hold on, break the context. Our aunt. Is she really our aunt? Who knows? She's some nice Somalian woman who comes and takes care of her. She's minding her own business. She's bored. She's a woman in the
No,
Islam
that's her
culture, so she
job.
has nothing to do all day.
They got
So-
a corner in the church, and that's it.
Yeah, so like she hangs out
boss,
with
yeah.
my grandma. And this is what my grandma does to her. Explain.
yeah, so this.
Look, keep in mind, her grand saw me. I didn't know this story, which means I don't talk to her. Which means her aunt has a closer relationship than her grandson. And she's
hilarious.
bullying this old lady.
So I'm just like, yo, what's going on? And my grandma's like, tell her, get out of the room. Like she's saying that. And so I was screaming at her, just get out, get out, get out. I'm like, oh my God. My dad does not understand how things work of like a person that's losing his mind. So my dad's also very upset. He's coming downstairs like, no, she always fucking does this shit. She's been doing this shit for 2 weeks. She always does this shit. I told her if she leaves, she's not getting somebody else to come back here. And I'm just like, nigga, you can't get mad at her. Like my aunt's like, she's
If
just
she leaves, we can't get someone. That's like when it's like you don't finish your food, we're not buying you anymore. The old lady version. We don't got another caretaker
Yeah.
for you.
You're gonna have to figure it out.
We're
on your
not
own.
gonna get a Jamaican in here.
You're gonna. Yeah.
We're not paying.
We're gonna let you die.
Yeah. We're not gonna bring out because of Trump. It's harder to get these bitches in here to take care of this dead bitch.
So my dad is doing that. My dad's just so upset. He's just like, he keeps doing this, keeps doing it.
Keep in mind, you know when someone's mad because they're going through it too? So he's like watching her and he's like, control yourself because I'm crazy and I can deal with it.
Yo, MSNBC did a number on our dad.
Yeah.
Those 4 Trump.
Hold on. You didn't finish the story. You just got off the tracks. Keep on going.
Okay. No. So our dad's doing that. My grandma is trying to convince me.
Yeah.
She's saying it. She's screaming at me. She's stealing, right? I turn. I'm just like, yo, come on. Like, be nice to this lady. Once I do that, my grandma starts fading out. She's just like, oh. And then she just fading. She falls asleep. I'm like, no, grandma. No, grandma. What's going on?
She's the first woman to die from nagging.
I'm like, no, grandma. I run upstairs. I'm like, Dad, I think she's dying. My dad's like, oh, man, what? Oh. Just
Fuck
a loud
that,
grunt. My aunt, my aunt has been chastised to the other room. So my aunt's sitting in a chair.
She can't even check to see if she's dead.
She comes back. then she's like, no. She's like, no, when she does that, my grandma gets up like the Undertaker and just starts waving her finger. It says,
don't come to my funeral, bitch.
She says, she's stealing.
She's like, hold on. She said, hold on. I'm dead, but that's a sin, and God's telling me to go to hell.
Yeah, and then I'm like, it's still pandemonium because my dad's just like, can't believe this shit. You call your mother. I'm just like, yo, niggas, I have not been home in 3 weeks. I'm going to come back in 3 weeks when shit's normal again. I came back the next time. My mom's like, yeah, your grandma is on her medicine again. She's good. I'm like, nigga, what is this medicine?
Yeah.
What is going on?
How did these people get the wherewithal to stop taking
What
their
do you mean
medicine
these
too?
people?
You know what I mean. The mentally ill. When did they like?
Face blank.
No. Dude,
Face blank.
another one just to reiterate. No, because I worked with a kid who he had like all the A's except AIDS. He had like autism, Asperger's, everything. He had like all that shit. And sometimes he would just decide, he'd be like, I'm not taking my pills. And it's like, you are better on them though.
No,
but they just
motherfuckers
don't.
think them shits is holding them back
holding them
sometimes.
back. Yeah. That's wild.
I talked to
I can
niggas
be my real, full, retarded self without it. I can be retarded and unleashed. I can be unleashed from the spectrum and be fully
You know what they do to them?
The
in
numbers
Somalia?
take over. Yeah.
Just like that meme, all the numbers just in the background.
The puzzle pieces line up.
In Somalia, in the city I went to, this is like the country, right? They just tie handcuffs around the niggas' ankles.
Yeah.
So the niggas just walk around the village like that. And there was a guy who goes to my cousin's store every single day, screams at that nigga, spits on him, and walks out.
Yo, that's a good thing about Africa. All the retards starve to death.
Yo. Or eaten by wildlife. Fucking lion just scoops them off the
That's
road
what happens
one day.
over here when they move. My grandma's way past her life expectancy, so they just gave her schizophrenia to even it out.
Yo, it's like late. Like,
Bitch, you should be dead, so we're going to make sure you forgot what it was like to be alive.
she was so normal for a long time. I mean, she's back to normal though. She's cruising.
Yeah, my grandma can't remember shit. She's got some I don't know if it is dementia, but it might as well be. So
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, the way our grandma was living, she should have all of that.
Yeah.
Because she's just been sitting in a bed for the last 30 years.
she just watch soap operas and shit.
Just
She's
like
a
that
stereotype.
brain
That's the
has to
worst
be
part.
mush.
A TV broke downstairs, and then my grandma was TV-less for 6 years. Nobody thought, no, she should watch TV. My grandma now watches YouTube videos and screams back at them.
Hey! Jake Paul, you're nothing but... No, that's Jamaican, but... This Jake Paul, he is not a good man.
You pretty much just said she went from illiterate to retarded in 6 years.
Stop calling our grandma retarded, nigga. Chill out. She likes me a lot.
It's a nice woman.
Who else is famous on YouTube? Who would be the... Liza Koshy. She will never find a good man.
Yo, because they gave her a Somali TV.
You got it.
I missed the reference, my bad.
Who is
It's bad
Who
when
else
there's
is
a
on
great
the... Who other
reference and you just miss
It's
it.
good YouTube. Who
My
else is on
grandma's
YouTube?
just a big vlog squad.
Yeah, she's
fan.
in the
She's
vlog.
like, David Dobrik is innocent of everything he did.
What was
10 years? These women. It's been 10 years. Get over it.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. I
Yo, your
lost a
grandma's
little
wild,
respect
dude.
from my dad because he's a YouTube. There's something about these older guys.
YouTube things are there?
No, but there's a
Yeah.
There's-
I'm still thinking of them. Sorry.
No. There's
I'm going to throw them out when I get them.
because there's something with the old people where they get addicted to like the phones and they don't know how to act. Like my dad will blast his shit in public, and like you know how people will put their phone on the speaker and they're talking to someone that's rude.
Yeah.
He's just watching the WWE in a diner by himself on blast.
I tried to do a joke about it.
It's crazy because he went from Cornell to watching WWE.
So he's like in the diner. And they're like, "Can I have your coffee?" And he's like, "1 second." And it's like, And I'm down here, and can you smell what the Rock's cooking?
My dad.
It doesn't matter what your name is. No, sorry.
I think it was. Oh man, fuck. I forget the guy's name, but my dad literally the sentence was, "Ooh, he's a bad man." And I'm like, nigga, what is going on?
Is it a wrestler?
He's just copying Stephen A. Smith. He's a bad man.
But the best part is he's not watching like it live on TV. He just watches clips on Facebook of wrestling.
I wish I knew more YouTube.
It's crazy. It went full circle. My dad used to tell us to stop watching WWE. Now we tell him to stop watching WWE. At least when we watched, it was WWF and cool.
Yeah, but Stone Cold and The Rock were in it. Was the
Yeah,
era.
I'm going to use that as a joke. Have you tried anything? Just that one line?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a bit right there.
Hell yeah. So it's a good thing it comes from podcasts sometimes.
Yeah, I'm going to listen to this one.
Trying to bick my lighter like a real.
These blacks.
You don't
Is
even
that the only
smoke.
one you got now?
Right now it is.
Real talk.
R.I.P. R. Kelly, by the way. I don't know if he's dead, but I'm assuming it's...
His album sales did go up big time.
Yeah, dude. He gets big support. Apparently he's done a lot.
Thank God for them staying firm on Spotify and not removing his music, though.
Dude, there's people out there who are like, I've seen like people post about it where they're like, I'm a DJ and I'll never play his music. And I'm like, I mean, dude.
It's a bad decision to make because half the 3% of the people is going to try to ruin the time for everybody else.
And everybody dancing in the club they don't care who's being played.
Yeah, dude. I was about to say, dude.
They're like, the girls are like, we don't
Most
care about
musicians
R.
are
Kelly
fucked up,
being
too.
played. We're getting raped by this random hut. Niggas just walk up to bitches behind them and shrug their hips up.
Yo, they should just give.
That's what you want to listen to when they want to hand that to you.
R. Kelly doesn't get paid for the music. He owns none of it.
Yeah, he's
so
been sued
whoever
so many
owns
times.
the R. Kelly music should just give it to the victims. And then we can listen to that music guilt-free.
If I'm R. Kelly's son, I'm not giving a cent to any victim.
R. Kelly's son doesn't own shit.
You don't have to listen to
own
certain
anything?
songs by R. Kelly.
R. Kelly
Because
doesn't-
there's certain songs where he's clearly talking about underage sex.
R. Kelly doesn't know how
And
to
that's
read.
why I liked him when I was a kid, because I related to it. I was like, this is a great song about a 16-year-old. I want to fuck 16-year-olds. I was 14 at the time. I was like, this nigga is amazing.
He gets me.
Yeah. He understands the youth experience, taking a virginity from a young bitch. I know this nigga. I like him and I hear it, and I'm going to listen to him when I take this girl's sacred flower.
That was the best. That was the funniest part about being in like high school or something. I remember there was like a janitor, and he was just like, "Look at them asses."
Yo.
And I was just like, "Yeah." His name was Eddie.
Yes, he went to the same school, so we
Yeah,
both
yeah.
have different stories.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, his creepiness didn't change; it evolved into just a different type of roots from the.
I
Yeah,
feel
man.
like there was
That's
a
wild.
That's how we related to kids. He was like, he walked up to I was 15. He was like, man, that girl's ass was fat. And I was like, yeah, it is.
He's right. He got a point.
But then 5 years later, I'm like, that nigga needs to be put in jail.
Yeah,
the
get
only
him
reason he
away
didn't
from-
rape is because he's ugly.
I mean, I don't think
he's hideous.
I'm gonna say that's not a reason, but yeah.
No. But though, if he definitely tried, but he's so ugly that he couldn't.
Yo, like I swear there was a teacher that had
This podcast is all over the place.
No, there was a teacher that had what's it called? Accusations or people like suspecting, but he was never caught. So their solution was, we're going to have him work at the middle school instead.
We think he's creepy. We don't think he's that bad.
Yeah.
We think it was like their version of a muzzle, but that's what he found out. He likes even younger, even more. He's like, wait, these kids don't even really talk back. They're not going to snitch on me. The thing about Eddie, that guy.
They had him work at a elementary school, I think, later
But
on.
this dude, Sully, the biggest loser in human history. This is how bad of a loser he was. He went to us, our kids, and to get cool points to us, he would brag about his cousin's dick.
Hold on.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
He'd be like, yo, he'd be trying to tell stories. My cousin got a 21-inch dick.
That's-
We're like,
no.
what?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen anyone brag about their cousin's
No,
dick?
dude. No, that's
Bragging about your
insane.
It's not even
That's a
real.
huge
Like, he's just
loser,
like,
yeah.
this guy is a
That's,
loser. at it.
21 inches. Come on now. We all know the blood flow doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Just kidding, but
You
that's,
got it.
yeah.
Wait, how long is 21? You'd
That's
be able to
wild.
throw that over your shoulder?
It's 3 feet. You could
Yeah.
literally hit a bitch with it. And
Yeah, it wouldn't.
No, it's like
you
a
can't
little
do
less than 2
anything with
feet.
that.
Oh yeah.
You can't actually fuck with it. The blood flow thing's fuck with it. Because there's Vice shit about that where like there's been a guy who has that dick and it's like he literally has to like bandage it because it's like
he'll pass out if he gets hard.
Spotty like our grandma's
and it's
memory.
also, well, if it's like he has it out, it'll like, because it's so sensitive or whatever, if he has it just hanging out, it'll like bruise and like get.
If he was born in India, people would crowd over him and worship him.
Yeah.
Just worship that
I
dick.
think he is. He's either
Like a
Mexican or
Buddha.
Indian, this
Yo,
guy.
India always got them niggas, man.
It's crazy how they got doctors and then motherfuckers who can't get cured, so everyone worships them somehow. It's really a weird civilization over there.
Yeah.
It's called a caste system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say any place where the guys are dressing in robes all the time. Everything's a little nutty.
It's sad because they're gonna get the everything's gonna be up. Like the roads are over there. It's like increasing.
It's hot and you're in robes, is what I mean too.
no.
Like,
But it's like
Wait,
all
I feel like
the
Indians ain't
retards.
big on robes shit.
Yeah.
Nah, they were.
Maybe I'm wrong. Hey, I don't know shit, so
All the
please don't,
disfigured people who
get mad at
used
me
to be
about this.
worshipped, since they're developing, are just now going to be homeless because no one's. Oh yeah,
I've seen an
no,
Indian
that's
gangster
gonna be
movie.
the
They
new
are heavy on
circus.
robes.
They're gonna put them niggas and they're gonna travel from city to
They
city.
are heavy on robes. It's like a Kurt or something. It's like a different, but they are heavy on robes over there.
Any brown people in the sun are heavy on robes. It's just how it is.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the Indians. Shout out to Ish. Known.
We're not even being racist, but the white guys got to feel bad about race somehow.
What's his name? Ish is a known anti-vaxxer, by the way. Shout out to him.
Really?
Very
You're lying?
proponent of the anti-vax.
Oh, you know what I saw
You
yesterday?
can't say that out loud. He's a teacher at a public school.
He's been vaxxed, yeah, I know.
You know what I saw the other day?
What?
There was an anti-vax rally outside of an Arby's on the Berlin Turnpike.
I know exactly where that is. They
Were getting it popping. I'm like, y'all niggas really chose an Arby's?
Yeah, man.
We have all the meats. That's that commercial, right?
Yeah, we have the meats.
They were trying to say there's something in the vaccine called luciferin, and I was like, nigga,
That's clever.
that is too.
That's
on
like a
the
fucking
nose.
Constantine comic book arc. They got Lucifer.
They need to sell their soul because they could probably barely afford the Arby's. And
That is true.
Arby's is the most
not
disgusting
good,
menu
dude.
you'll
It's
ever
not
see.
good.
That's why they got the greatest narrator since Morgan Freeman to advertise their food.
I ain't gonna hold you. Pretty good.
I've had it. It's not bad, but
Great
it's
curly
bad for
fries.
you. Yeah, curly fries are good. It's always compared to like that's like what a girl with a really nasty pussy. They always compare that sandwich to that.
I feel like they just compare roast beef sandwiches
roast
in
beef.
general.
But Arby's comes up.
Yeah, who makes a brand out of roast beef?
Yeah, it is.
I love roast beef, but that ain't the way to do
no
it.
It's disgusting.
the Nook out in Mass.
Great roast beef sandwich.
Can't wait to go back there
Really?
just for that. Yeah. I'd go there.
Real talk.
I'd go there for than the comedy. I think.
No, the comedy was good though.
It is. Shout out to Joe Buddha.
I like that place.
Known rampant homosexual Joe Buddha. No, shout out. That is a fun
Such a
mic.
horny guy.
He is. I think when we had him on the pod, I think 2 minutes in, not even. I think the first thing we brought up, he was like, "I eat ass," and I'm a big proponent of it. I think everyone should, and if it's not for you, it's not for you. But you should try it. And we were like, "Okay, dude."
You gotta have shower before sex every
Yeah,
time.
no,
right?
he
Did
was.
he break it down, the science behind it?
I don't think he did per se, but you can go listen. That's 2 episodes ago. But I think he was a proponent of like, yeah, you can't just like go
eat
in
any ass.
You can't just go in expecting like a fucking fun time. I wouldn't. I've never eaten ass.
Hold
I'll be
on.
real about it.
That's like if a nigga liked amusement parks.
He's talking about ass like a janitor. Like, you can't go in there expecting it's going to be clean. Sometimes it's shitty, my nigga, and you're going to have to learn how to deal with that.
That's what I'm
Yo,
saying.
what? I feel like that's not being given a proponent. That's like
No,
being
he's
a,
saying like you should have it clean, but you like because it can go wrong. So you should be. It should be a conversation. It should be like, hey, I want to eat your ass, but is it clean? I'm not gonna just go up in there and fucking.
You gotta, but who's at that point? Who's gonna say they got a dirty ass?
I think the girl could just be like, all right, hold on, let me go wipe. Make sure.
I'd be like, yo, bitch, would she just be rolling up with a? Like, I feel like cleaning's automatic. But if a nigga, you can't ask the question like that. You got to just frame it like, hey, bitch, go wash your ass real quick.
Wet wipes start advertising to butt eaters.
Yeah.
And then use the Arby's guy's voice.
Yeah. Or
We
they
get
have
rid
flavors.
of all the shit. Something like that.
They have flavor in it too. It's like your secret sauce.
I feel like that's the type of niggas that should wear the mouth condoms. You seen them shits?
Yeah, I've never. I have, but I've never met someone who would do that. Or a girl who would make you do that. That would be insane. If a girl was like, I need you to put on a mouth condom, I'd be like,
She has herpes.
Yeah, I'm just not doing this.
She's
I'm just
gonna.
not doing this, yeah.
Yeah,
know
if
what's-
you don't, yeah.
Speaking of herpes, I knew a guy. I was talking to him recently, and he told me, like, I remember a long time ago, I was partying with him, and then everybody afterwards was just like, wait, he went home with that chick? She got herpes. Saw him get revealed that information. He's like, that bitch had herpes? I got herpes? I got herpes?
Yo,
He's devastated. I got, what? I just did that shit? And then I saw him like recently, and he reframed the story as, yo, remember that time I almost got herpes? And I was like, a happy fucking ending. I was like, good for
good,
my
dude.
nigga, salute.
That's
'Cause that was
wild.
an open-ended. That was like The Sopranos with the Russian
fake-
guy when you never knew what happened to
Yeah.
that Russian nigga.
Yeah.
I never knew if he got herpes or not, but I learned my nigga did not get herpes.
Well, that's good.
Salute.
That's a happy
It'd be
ending.
funny if he got it.
Yeah, it'd be sad.
That would have been, that would have never got mentioned again.
Yeah. Well,
You like
We're
that
at the-
movie? Did you talk about the Sopranos movie yet?
if you guys want, before we head out, we can talk. I'd not like it.
This is my
Initially, I
opinion.
liked it, and then I was like, the more I thought about it, the more I hated it.
It was an odd movie because when they were rolling it out in the commercial, they were acting as if Tony Soprano, we're going to see his origin story
Yeah,
like
nothing.
he's a Marvel superhero.
Yeah.
That's how they framed it. Like
They
this
really
nigga-
did. Go to the beginning, shit like
But
that.
it was a weird commercial because he's not a superhero. There was no Uncle Ben moment where Uncle Ben was like, "You're either what was his quote?
His
Great,
was
with great power comes great responsibility." The only Uncle Ben in Sopranos was the Uncle Ben Rice when Tony Soprano saw it.
Yo,
That was the only Uncle
Oh
Ben.
my God, when he
That's
passed
so
When he saw
funny.
the black dude and just passed out. He's literally racist to his core.
such a
This isn't a
funny scene.
superhero. This nigga's evil.
Such a funny scene.
And
Dude.
then he
Oh
had
my
this
god.
goofy son in it who's like still completely, if you put half a fag, the definition of it, that's his son. This like nice, empathetic, sensitive guy. Like he had a soul. That guy, like that kid, I could never picture becoming
I
that. Tony.
didn't like the son's portrayal. I didn't give a shit. I didn't give a shit about that it was his son. I just didn't like it. I didn't like. There's so much about it that just fell apart. Like the whole side plot with the what's his
Black
name?
dude?
The black dudes. Yeah, that's really Like that didn't have anything to do with anything. Fucking Junior killing.
I thought
Dickie
Junior was the worst thing.
Yeah.
I realized that
Junior was my favorite because I was thinking about Sopranos. It's like, wait, Junior's been a loser this whole time.
Yeah.
It was great to like see how much of a loser he always
But I
was.
feel like he was less of a loser even in like the post flashback scenes and shit. Like he was never as cool as his brother, but he was still a mobster.
I didn't like either. I hated Silvio.
Silvio.
Silvio was the worst part of the movie.
Yeah. Silvio, like that.
No.
What was
There was
that?
another-
And
there was-
Paulie sucked too. Paulie, they had like the hand thing down, but the way they act was like fucking.
Didn't Silvio? Isn't he the same
Yeah.
generation as Tony?
That's what I,
Yeah, everyone
but
said
you know
that
what I thought that too, but there
I
is
thought
a
Silvio
thing.
was older though in general.
Silvio might be older because there is that scene where Silvio says to Tony earlier, and he's like, Tony, I've known you since you were a kid, and you've always had trouble with authority. So they kind of always fuck it up in that show.
Yeah.
Of like what? It's unknown.
I thought Silvio in general just looks older than Tony. So in the show,
I always thought they came up together.
Silvio's not that much older than Tony.
Yeah, I'd
They
say
did
like
the card
within
game
10
together.
years.
Because I view
They
it-
did the card game together.
Yeah.
Him,
Yeah.
Silvio, Jackie, and Ralphie.
But another thing about that is in the Feach Lamana scene, Silvio says to Feach, he goes, you're going to tell that story about Tony robbing your card game. So it's just slightly inconsistent.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the continuity of the show's not... Because also Christopher and Tony's age makes no sense.
Great
At any
show,
time.
Yeah.
but it's become
Well,
the
yeah.
most overrated show in human history now.
It is great.
It is
No, it's the
great.
greatest show.
It is a great
No,
show.
I don't
It's so
think
much
so.
fun to watch.
I remember just watching it, and there's so much boring aspects of it.
No, I don't know. I
gets
think it's
so
the
boring.
rewatchability. I think it's my favorite.
Yeah, I used to think that, and on the rewatch, it's so
You
easy
really
to just
watch
fall
all
back
6
into.
seasons?
Yeah, it's easy to fall back into, and there's different parts of each thing I like. Like I don't know. There's
It's so funny.
if
I
you
don't
look,
think it's the best
if you
show. I think
watch it
that's
for different
Fugazi.
things too. Like if you watch it just to see Tony freak out on people, that's like half the fun.
I think he's the best actor.
Great. Well, it's just like
I'm a big Chris fan.
it's also one of those shows where a lot of me too. Chris Molsanti all day. I want to be like him in every way in life. And moving on with that,
Chris is a loser.
I'm joking.
No, I
He
just
does
didn't even like his
heroin.
character. I,
I
thought he was fucking
like him a
annoying.
lot, and I like
Really?
the.
You don't like his character?
He did a good job portraying it, but the character's annoying as fuck.
okay.
I think the way people act in that show is like that is very. It's a very. It's not realistic, but the way conversations happen, the current events are brought up and shit like that. Their references, like I'm like, some of them are a little dated even for the time because it's like, I mean, those are older people in the show. Everyone in the show is like 30 plus. You know what I mean? It's no young people, so they're not making like those current references then. But like, that's I don't know. To me, that was a very the way. The world is very realistic. Like even the side shit, like the random people
It's a
they
really
run
good
into
show,
and
right?
shit.
It
Or
just, there's still like fucking 20 YouTube channels breaking it down.
It's
like,
so
all right,
annoying,
Come
dude.
on.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not that
even
good.
the
too many
actors are breaking it down
podcasts.
now.
It's not that fucking good.
That podcast is funny because you see the nigga who plays Chris try to become like philosophical or something.
and then Strippa's just
Stripper's just like, Stripper hits a whole bunch
These blacks.
He hits like Blue Lives Matter. Come on.
Dude, they had the thing that tapped me out from then is they had one episode where I'm pretty sure for at least a better part of an hour, they're just like, yeah, and then Louis down in Florida's a good restaurant. They got good spaghetti.
Just an obese man talking about
Dude,
food.
back and forth. Just him and Michael Imperioli just being like, yeah, and then you got Georgie's out in Rhode Island. Great meatballs. You always want to check them out if you live out there. And you got Sal's out
It's not
in
even
Worcester.
sponsors.
Yeah,
It's just like
dude,
things they eat.
I could probably find it if I really tried, but it was one where I was like, I can't believe you did this to me, you fucking cocksuckers.
It's like Meadow and AJ Soprano have a podcast
They
together.
did with Kasim G.
Oh,
Yes.
Kasim G.
Yeah, remember him? Yeah.
What the hell is he doing in life? How did he even enter the ether of like popular culture?
He was one of those guys who used to go on the boardwalk and just talk to crazy people.
I think he got
and interview
super rich
people.
though.
He did well.
Yeah.
He ended
I'm
up
not
doing
dissing.
porn directing or
Probably,
interviewing.
dude. Good for him. No, he would go up to you on the
I like
boardwalk
him.
and be
I
like,
like
"Hey,
him.
what would
What
you
about
do
him?
if the world would end?" And they'd be like, "I don't know, probably listen to music." And he'd look at them and be like, "What would you listen to?" Like Iggy Pop, and it'd be like someone who looks like that type. He'd make a joke and he'd edit it so it was really funny. And at the time, I thought they were funny. Now they're just,
Yeah, he was that deadpan corny guy. Yeah.
And now I'd be like, I couldn't.
I remember he was popular on YouTube.
He
back
was.
in the day.
All those guys have gone on to bigger and better things. Good for them.
Oh, do you know this nigga?
No, I just
That's
know
how
that
fall off you. Like Sally's talking about him in first person, like he knows the nigga, and it's just like that's how much Kasim G has fall off.
Oh, I wouldn't care.
That's
if
how
they-
happy this nigga is nowadays. He just be wishing well.
I'm doing well. I'm having an
Don't wish that
okay
nigga
time.
well. What's wrong with you?
Honestly, I
know.
wish everybody pain and misery.
I wish you would all die. Are you guys good? You want to talk about anything else?
I'm cruising.
We're good?
Yeah.
You got, okay, plugs. What do you got to plug? Social media, dates. Who wants to go first?
You go first, Joe.
Shoot.
I can go first if you want.
Yeah, go first.
You want me to go? All right, guys. You know me. I'm the host. It's Alex Tomaselli. Follow me at Silly Selly on Instagram. Also follow at Yes Offense Podcast on Instagram. I'd appreciate that. I'm almost at 100 followers in that one, and I know that's not a lot, but it's a start. So please follow me there, guys. Also, if you're listening to this and you enjoyed it all, please share it. Tell your friends about it because that's the only way I know how to get people to listen to it. And yeah.
In terms of, you could get me at.
Oh wait, I'm not done.
Sorry.
Thank you. God.
These blacks.
So, and guys, if you want to come see me live, I will be this Saturday at 10:23, October 23rd, Parkville Market, Hartford, Connecticut. Show starts at 7:30. Dame FK's headlining. Angie Buxton and Austin Apostle are also on the show. I'm hosting it. It's going to be a fun time. And then next month, this guy on the show, we got a show down at Middletown. November 13th. It's at Powder Hollow Brewery in Middletown, Connecticut. It's a Saturday night. I'll be on the show. I might be hosting. I might kick Shaquana up to just a feature. We'll see. We'll see. But I'm on. It's me, Shaquana, Sean Murray, and you're headlining, Mo.
Oh yeah,
It's gonna be fun. And then that's it, guys. And follow Pete and Sally do the cinema. Me and Pete Angelo talk about movies and review a movie every week, and it's been fun. So check that one out. It's only on Spotify right now until we can figure out how to do it. We're lazier than that one, guys, to be honest. So
you can follow me at the Moe Mussa,
There he is.
M-O Mussa, no E, at Instagram. This Friday I'm at BJ Ryan's in Norwalk. Next Saturday I'm at the Elbow Room. That's all I got to say.
Hell yeah.
2 S's on that Musa.
Yeah, the Moe, M-O-M-U-S-S-A. M as in Mark.
Stop.
That's how I do it as work.
Yeah, follow me on Twitter. Wait, no, that's not Twitter. Instagram, Misteerafe. Mr. Afe. I think I'm on Manny's thing, the Comedy Bunker, 23rd, right? Yeah,
Well, that's also
like
the 23rd. Well, guys, if you're in the Bridgeport area,
Pull
it's
up to
probably
that.
quicker to you. So
Yeah.
go to that one. They're fun shows. That's a fun spot. I really had a good fucking night at those shows. Shout out to those guys. Got to get Manny's been on, but gotta get Ray on soon. I got to get Ray on this podcast. He'd be perfect. He'd literally just crush it.
Yeah, Ray's on a climb up.
Ray's hilarious, dude. From someone who, when they started, has come a very long way. Very impressed.
Hell
Anyway,
yeah.
Shout out to Ray Robinson. Shout out to anyone listening. Yeah, guys, follow these guys. Just
Got it.
send it around. Do whatever. I don't care. Please help me.